Now, when it comes to beer, we all know that Scandinavians know exactly what they're doing. Carlsberg, no, not Carlsberg. Well, Omnipollo know what they're doing. They're from Sweden, and so do Evil Twin Brewing, and they've both come together, Omnipollo and Evil Twin, to make this thing, which is a Coffenade. It's got a picture of I think a Swedish man on the front of it. It is an India Pale Ale with lemon and coffee added to it. So let's do our first ever non-British collaboration beer. I'm Dan O'Reilly. This is the Hehpi Beer Show. Right, so as always, I'm gonna do my little read the can thing that we always start with. So here we go. A refreshing drink often associated with childhood nostalgia and others a pop cultural symbol of female emancipation. Whatever the association, we've teamed up with two Swedes, Henok and Carl of Omnipollo, to squeeze out a tasty, tempting, deceiving, well-balanced IPA with sour and sweet notes of old-fashioned memories. Sour old-fashioned memories doesn't sound that fun, but keep reading. This time we've added coffee and a twist of well-designed ideas by a man called Martin Justison. Brewed for Evil Twin by Dorchester Brewing Company in Boston, Massachusetts. I don't know how I've ended up with this can, because this seems to be some sort of strange imported can from Brooklyn, New York. Yes, so I think the first thing we've got to do is look at it. So let's have a little look at it. Look at the can first. So here's the can. Here's what the can looks like, if we can get that in shot right now. Little Swedish man on the front, he's having a good time. So let's pour it into a glass and see what it tastes like. Right, so since it's called Coffenade, let's just make the obligatory grenade joke. So here we go. Let's pull the pin on it. There it is, nice and pulled. And then immediately whack that into this glass, which is here, and in it goes like so. Right, so there's no head coming on that straight away, which I am slightly worried about. It looks a little bit like, yeah, no head whatsoever. Like nothing fizzed up, nothing came from that. It's orange. It's obviously orange because it's got lemon and coffee added to it, so lemon plus coffee equals this colour. I expected it to be more brown, but yeah, so no head. Nothing really, just a weird, almost clear bit, almost like a soft drink it looks like. So let's smell it next, because smelling is how we unlock a beer's smell. So it smells, it's got like coffee beans that you can smell, but sort of the bitter bit of coffee, not the really nice. It's like a cold brew, it smells like a cold brew, lemony coffee a little bit. Plant-based. It don't really smell of wheat, it doesn't smell of hops or anything. I don't really get why it doesn't smell of anything. A little bit confused by it. Bubbles aren't that thick, so bubbles aren't that big, sorry. So it looks like it could be, yeah, a little bit lively, but not really, because it's got no lid on it. It's got no top, so yeah. I should probably read at this point, I'll read what Rate a Beer is saying about it. They're saying that I should be able to smell smoked paprika. There's pepper in there. It definitely smells peppery, but paprika, not so much. Yeah, it's a strange one. So let's stop talking about what it smells like and actually put it in my face and find out what it tastes like, because that's the only way I'm actually going to know if it's a good beer or not. So on the nose, incredibly hazy, cloudy. I'm gonna taste it, because here we go, right? Down in one. Oof. immediately really lemony, really sour. Like, it's making my eyes a little bit water. It's so sour. It is an IPA, it is 7%, so it should taste a little bit strong, but it just kind of tastes... It's just like drinking lemon... No, not even lemon peel. It's like... Yeah, so you get the coffee, it is like a cold brew coffee. It tastes like a cold brew coffee right at the back of your neck when you're trying to drink it. The immediate thing that you get from it is there's no hops, doesn't taste like hoppy. I mean, there's obviously hops in it, but it doesn't taste hoppy at all. Doesn't taste wheaty. Wheat's a weird thing that you normally get, like a great, amazing little taste of wheat, and that's got nothing on there in terms of wheatiness. It's kind of hard to place. Like, I'm not really a big fan of it, if I'm being honest. It's like drinking sherbet, but with coffee laced into it. It's really strange. Let me go again. Yeah, it's weird. There's a little bit of pepper in there as well. It's a strange beer. Like, it's like nothing else I've tasted in a while. It's almost, I think the coffee gives it a sort of like a stouty, I don't know what the word I'm trying to say is. It gives it like a stouty finish, like an edge to it that I'm not a big fan of sour beers. I'm not a big fan of stout beers. So somewhere in the middle is normally my playing field. What we've got here is, it tastes a little bit like a Strongbow cider with a scoop of coffee just dumped into it. Obviously there's no apples, it doesn't taste like apple, it tastes more like lemony marmalade. Marmalade might be a good way to go. It tastes a little bit like when you get the bit of peel in the marmalade, you get that stuck in your mouth. You're licking that about, you're moving that side to side. That's kind of what it is. It's like you've been dipped in coffee. I personally don't find it pleasant. It just doesn't taste anything like I would normally go for. But it's interesting to taste. I would encourage you to taste it if you can, but I'll go again. Yeah, it's bitter, like it's coffee bitter. It's just not, it's not for me, I don't think. Could be for you, could be for people who like this. It's strange because it's sour, but it's also really, it's not as fruity as the sour, so it's a strange, perplexing drink, like nothing I've ever experienced before, really, in beer. So yeah, that's weird. Yeah, so it's a weird one. It's, if you really like coffee and you also really like citrus rind peel, then you might be into it. I personally am not into it, but I'm not going to sit here and say it's a bad beer. It's just not to my taste. So yeah, that is Coffenade by Omnipollo and Evil Twin Brewing. And that's pretty much all I've got to say about it. It's a strange one because I was expecting it to be completely different to how it is, but I kind of understand why it is how it is, because the two really strange bitter flavours of lemon and coffee, putting them together, it makes perfect sense that it would taste like this, even though obviously it's not necessarily to my taste. But that's what the Hehpi Beer Show is all about: tasting new things and finding out that you really were right to not think to try this before. So yes, it is available. On ratebeer.com. It's a 2.9 out of 5 at the moment. So a lot of people are kind of not into it either. You can of course get it, as we always put on here. You can get it. It's a can, $6.89 a can on beerhawk.co.uk, and they'll deliver all over the country and probably all over the world. I don't fucking know. This isn't an advert for them. I'm just trying to tell you where you can get it. I got it at my local bottle place, but yeah. So that is Coffenade. If you like this show, if you like what I'm doing over here, then please don't forget to like me, subscribe me on this channel. We're also available on Facebook and Twitter. That's at House of Hoot. Also on Instagram, at House of Hoot. Also on Twitch. We've started doing some Twitch streams with some games that you might be interested in. I know beer and gaming doesn't always mix together, but why not give it a try? maybe a bit of nostalgia in it for you. After all, the Coffenade is all about nostalgia. Pulling a pin off it, like playing Call of Duty, so that's nice. So, thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow, link, subscribe, all that good stuff. houseofhoot.com. And I will be back with another different beer next week, day? Yeah, so, Chin, Coffenade, something about an explosion. It's an explosion of coffee and lemon. Oh,